things. This is the Nissan X-Trail. That is a chunky, heavy-looking wheel with no aero. It's very busy, not really attractive. It doesn't pass the test. I wouldn't take that. You can do a lot better than that. It's a mess to put that on the vehicle. It's got excess material and just looks heavy. Looks a little too busy, but looks heavy. This is a Nissan X-Trail. We saw that on the inside. Maybe we can get a better look and have the synthesis from far enough back if you've got the space. I just think this is a fail. It's a weakness. You can do a lot better styling-wise than that. We don't have to talk about that one. Overall, the vehicle is just a miss. Pointless. I mean, you got the better, and it is distinctly better in every way that's e-scenic than the smaller Megane. So don't spend any time with the e-scenic when we're talking styling, pretty much on every aspect, because it just is the case. So that's the Quashqai e-Power and their wheels, and there's a bigger overall picture for that. So we're now at the Nissan stand. This is the e-Power, and they've done the Quashqai next generation. This is it, and they've improved their e-Power system, and they're bringing something to market now that contends in its classification purpose, but I won't get into technicalities. It was reviewed by some people. That's a wheel. If you look at the wheel, this sort of result of a pattern that's the silver part creating a pattern, the black in the middle. It's overall, I wouldn't end up with choosing that one. At the same time, it sits with the vehicle nicely enough, and nothing's offensive about it. It's got aero function. You can't detect, has it got excess mass for the strength delivered. Have they spent material to dress it up, and then there's excess material? Ever got that problem? And we can't detect that from here. They're very broad strokes, but if you kept them thin at the back, grooved out some stuff, then it might to deliver the strength in a different way to some other spoke system. So it's an option. It's not offensive, but maybe not the best. This is the greyness of that is probably a question mark that one starts with, because these particular wheels on this other Nissan, it fits maybe with a vehicle of a certain colour, a number of colours. Maybe they change up the colour for the holes in the way for this one. The two vehicles are too close to each other and hard to find a spot. Interesting. It's got the architecture, structure, so many wheels, so many different wheels. It's one amongst many. I would just reserve my judgment on this one, because I don't have any thoughts for what it is. I'd have to spend more time with it and see it more side to side and say things. I'm back at the Nissan stand with this Ayria and this grey with that slightly different grey, and just saw it from a distance that time. And yeah, that is okay. That's working. You've got to spend time with things to be able to put together the proper judgment, and so that's natural. It's working from a distance, which is where you're really doing your living and seeing. This at the show here, with this being the busiest of the 3 days, it's hard to. This is the busiest of the 3 days, so I should have taken an opportunity earlier. And this is a longer viewpoint angle in on this other Nissan. And again, it's doing a job. That's the Quashqai one. E-Power design. Well, they've got two different wheel designs here right next to each other. That's useful. I didn't see that one on the inside. There's that one. It's doing the job. It's properly aero, and that is, in real person from 2 meters out, which again is where we really do our living. That's kinetic. That's three-dimensional. That keeps it alive, interesting. They've gone with this grey instead of some black on black. And does it end up working? I won't answer that here. But to see what they're trying to do to make it interesting, engaging. It can be lost if you go black on black. But it's ultimately the question: did it end up working? There's no fail with either of these wheel options on the Ayria. These are both the Nissan Ayria, and therefore maybe different trims. Side by side, that's the sort of stuff we want. So Could we get the size? That's the R20s. My knees are getting sore doing the squat bend, and once it's that, I don't want to be doing the next squat bend to get down there. These are, of course, you want the view down at the low level to get a proper capture of it. So this is imperfect. And what is that one? That's the R19. Right, so there's your other sort of trim option or something. That's good.